Good morning. Welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Friday the 13th, Friday, November 13th, 2009. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. It's 4:30 p.m. in London, 12:30 p.m. in Hamilton, and in Mexico City, it's 10:30 a.m. If you need to reach us during the broadcast, you can phone in toll-free at 1-866-67-CATEX. Overseas, our AOL Instant Mail address is CATEX-TV. On this day in 1985, only 24 years ago, a mudslide triggered by the Nevada del Ruiz volcano buried the city of Armero, Colombia, in South America, killing 23,000 people. That's quite a death toll. Now we'll go to our news. Reinsurance Magazine is reporting that it was the move of a major Taiwanese airline account to JLT that was the center of Aon's decision to litigate against JLT. Reinsurance Magazine revealed last night that China Airlines and its subsidiary Mandarin Airlines, both Taiwanese carriers, were won from Aon by Jardine Lloyd Thompson in the recent round of airline brokerage renewals. A few months ago, Aon's deputy chairman, Bill Smith, and Hong Kong-based broker Martin Trumper left Aon and moved to JLT. Since both the brokers and the accounts moved, Aon has sued JLT, as revealed by Reinsurance Magazine back in the fall. Back in the fall, when Reinsurance contacted Aon about court proceedings, the company did not mention their former employees, but said, "We don't take legal action lightly, but we do take legal obligations where we are believing that other people are breaching their legal obligations." JLT at that time did not comment further, from admitting that it was in legal proceedings with Aon, but it seems clear now, according to Reinsurance Magazine, that it was the poaching of this account, which is a fairly significant account that has inspired Aon's litigation actions. Nobody commented for this article, including Aon. Meanwhile, in Spain, Spain's National Competition Commission has levied its largest fine ever against 6 European insurance companies for price fixing. The total fine is 121 million euros. The 6 companies are MAPFRE, Asifa, Caser, Swiss Re, Munich Re, and SCOR. The government says that the 6 insurers breached the country's competition rules over a 5-year period, which coincided with a property boom in Spain. Spanish law requires that builders of residential properties must buy a 10-year insurance policy to protect the building against structural defects. The Competition Committee further alleges that 5 of the named insurers formed a cartel in 2002 to set the minimum cost of premiums for this line of business. Cesar joined the group in 2006. Asifa has been fined about 28 million euros, Swiss Re 23 million euros, MAPFRE 22 million euros, SCOR Re, or SCOR I should say in this case, 19 million euros, Munich Re 16 million euros, and Cesar 14 million euros. Speaking of Swiss Re's North America's division head Pierre Ozendo has warned that, quote, rampant inflation could erode reserves if rates for coverage fail to keep up. This is according to Bloomberg. Mr. Ozendo said, quote, inflation is a destroyer of reserve adequacy and destroys economic value in a business that measures its economic success over multiple years. There's a very real fear of inflation ramping up. I don't know what economic statistics he's looking at. The U.S. government would be happy to see a little inflation. Ozendo said that casualty rates dropped over the last 2 years and property reinsurance prices have gradually increased now by 2009. He said if inflation is not contained, it becomes rampant, then it will become a real problem. According to Bob Hartwig, president of the Insurance Information Institute, the danger is real. The rates you put out on the street anticipated a certain amount of increase in frequency and severity, and they end up higher than what you anticipated. I don't know what statistics they're looking at, but we'll try to find out. In other statistics that everybody's looking at, released this morning in Washington, the U.S. trade deficit widened by 18.2% in the month of September. It's now up to $36.5 billion. The trade deficit was above the consensus forecast of Wall Street economists, who had been looking at $32 billion. This is the biggest percentage increase in the monthly trade gap since '99. The The trade data suggests that third quarter growth may be revised downward from its initial estimate of a 3.5% gain. Imports rose faster than exports. Trade activity has recovered now, however, to levels not seen since the financial crisis hit in the fall of '08. U.S. trade deficit with China, there was a reason we brought up those pictures of the yuan, widened to $22.1 billion, the largest since last October. However, the deficit for the year-to-date total now comes to $274 billion, down from $551 billion for the first 9 months of '08. So that is a little bit of an improvement. The stock market thinks it's an improvement. It's up about 80 points right now. Disney came out with their earnings. They're very good, and that's helping. Also, apparently, 2 computer programmers who worked for Bernie Madoff have been arrested, and they've been accused of helping to develop the programs that are used to cook up the giant Ponzi scheme. So the net is widening. We'll go to a word from our sponsors.
Every day, the world wakes up and goes to work, pursuing the unique opportunities that lead the global economy forward. The complexity and close connectivity of today's global marketplace is a true modern miracle that can create unparalleled success. But it takes confidence, passion, innovation, and understanding.
Enabling opportunity. Protecting capital.
Engineering innovation. Investing in your future.
Ensuring continuity.
Finding the right balance.
It takes Aon.
Well, it's about 22 minutes before 2 o'clock Saturday morning, November 14th in Tokyo right now. And hopefully, with the aid of Ambien, President Obama is sleeping. He's in Japan right now for a very brief visit, about a 22-hour stopover there before he heads further into Asia. But he agreed this afternoon to reopen talks on the contentious issue of the relocation of a sprawling American Marine base in Okinawa. Here he is pictured with the new Japanese Prime Minister Hatoyama, and the President has agreed to seemingly represent a statement, reverse a statement that U.S. Defense Secretary Robert Gates made in Tokyo earlier this year, which he said that the decision to reopen the issue of the base has been closed. The Prime Minister and the President appeared at a joint press conference. During their meeting, the Prime Minister offered the President condolences for the shooting rampage at Fort Hood. Afterward, President Hatoyama, Prime Minister Hatoyama, described the meeting as a success. He said, "We've come to call each other Barack and Yukio and gotten quite accustomed to calling each other by our names." They said that the talks had covered issues including the war in Afghanistan, climate change, and nuclear non-proliferation. The newly elected Prime Minister has been blunt about seeking a more equal relationship with the United States. Japanese officials say they now intend to focus more on cementing their relationships with other Asian nations. The President is off later on Saturday. He's off to Singapore, then South Korea, and then there's a fourth, Singapore, South Korea, China. Oh my goodness, how could I have forgotten that? That was not intentional. We've had some seismic activity just this morning.